Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. Today is the 28th of June 2026. We're fast approaching July, so I thought we'd just do short video for July and August for every ascendant and also moon sign, because it's good to read your chart from the moon sign just to see how the transit feel. So I'm going to just go through the transits so we can actually have a look at them. Let's just have a look at the chart for this period. Excuse me. Okay, as you can see, obviously Saturn has been in Pisces for a while and will carry on being there for a period of time still. But it will actually go retrograde on the 27th of July. And we'll also have got Jupiter, which is again going to be in Cancer for a while. So Saturn has, for all of us, has an impact on Taurus, has an impact on Virgo, and also on Sagittarius. So, as well as obviously, rules Capricorn and Aquarius too. So, very important planet. We put effort into where the third aspect is. The seventh aspect is highly respectful, and where we have all our honor and commitment, loyalties. And 10th from it is obviously how it's projected onto the world. Excuse me, I'm just going to cough. Excuse me. Then we have Jupiter. Jupiter rules obviously Sagittarius and Pisces, and it's going to be aspect in Pisces, aspect in Saturn, which is great because excuse me, Pisces is a sign of spirituality and letting go of just mundane things that are not true, really. They're just like we are in a material world. It's letting go of all those kind of things and seeing the bigger picture. So by both these two planets having an impact on Pisces, it's very important. I'm sure on the hashtags you've seen the Great Awakening, that people are waking up, people are just seeing that things are not as they seem, all that kind of stuff. So Pisces, by the nature of Jupiter aspect in it, is being protected. So that's a very, very good sign. It also rules, as I said, Sag and Pisces, but it's having three aspects, just like Saturn. So it's aspect in Scorpio, Capricorn, and Pisces, as we mentioned. So having a massive impact on those, and also Cancer. And actually, if you look at the beginning of the month, it's on the degree that is the most kind of, well, that's the degree, 5 degrees when it's exalted. But it's an exaltation sign. So, Jupiter is pretty strong. And then we have the nodes. So nodes are going to be for a while still in Aquarius for Rahu, which is co-rules it with Saturn. So that's great. Rahu rules technology, new things, and all kind of, I would say, kind of rules people who are not kind of different species, who are not particularly human, high dimensional, other dimensions, outer dimensions, those sort of people too, which disclosure about that's coming out. It's also rules AI. So new, particularly in Shatabisha, it's all to do with here 1,000 or 100 healers, as they say. So it's like by the time it comes out of there and goes into Capricorn, that there's going to be new modalities coming out for health and healing. So things are going to really move forward after that, this transit. For K2 is obviously in Leo. Leo is a sign of celebrities, famous people, royalty, big leaders, things like that. And by the nature of that being there in Leo, we know that it's actually as we have seen, many of the Hollywood greats have passed away. You can just have a look. Just has been so many people. I mean, a lot of them have been very, very old anyway. But just so there's loads of people passing away, lots of changes going on, and also what it does is Sun will be there with it on the 18th. So I think there's going to be maybe in August 18th August. So I think there could be like a major passing away of a royalty or a very sort of significant figure in the world of politics or influence, basically. So that's happening with the nodes. So actually, Rahu is also aspecting Gemini from where it is, and it's also aspecting Libra. And K2 is aspecting the Aries and also Sagittarius. So this has been going on for a while anyway, and I have actually done a video about Sagittarius. You know, it's such an important sign for the remainder of this year. And you'll also see that Mercury will retrograde back to Gemini, and where the Sun is at the moment, and it's again going to have an impact on Sagittarius. So lots going on there. But all the personal planets, one by one, they're coming through, and we'll see them going on to Virgo by the time we finish August. So just wanted to say that Venus is not in a good condition. Venus being obviously the most important feminine planet for everyone. It's in Cancer, which is unfriendly towards, doesn't like being with Jupiter for one thing, doesn't like the moon, so they don't. Venus doesn't like Cancer, but moon likes Venus's sign. It's kind of odd, but anyway. But then it goes into Leo, which are enemies. Sun is enemy to Venus and Venus to the Sun. And then it goes into its debilitation sign, even though it's only really debilitated at 28 degrees. But nonetheless, it's a sign that is like really is a critical, it's digests and dissects everything. And, there's like a post-mortem goes on in that sign. So it's not really in keeping with what Venus is all about. So anyway, this is like an overview of that's going on. For me, the things that really stand out is that obviously Mercury goes retrograde and Saturn goes retrograde. And also the other thing that's interesting to know as well, for me, I think one of the signs that's quite troubling to Mars is Gemini. Mars in Gemini is quite a difficult one, so I would imagine we're going to have like some crazy times because of that happening during this period, and in 3rd of August. So it's just very, very interesting time to watch it. Not only does it go into Gemini, but also we have 2 eclipses happening, but which are, the first one is more really the solar eclipse happening on 12th of August. It's really more to do with, you can see more on the zodiac, tropical zodiac. But definitely we have the 28th of August as well, where we have the partial lunar eclipse occurring in Aquarius. So it's like really interesting time going on there. So these for me really stand out. But anyway, let's just walk through and just see what we can see from this this period for the ascendants. So hello, this video is for, excuse me a second, actually, So this video is for Leo Ascendant and Leo Moon for July and August 2026. I hope you're all well. How are you doing? Let's go to the chart for this. Okay. So this is how we start in the month on July 1st, as you can see. And you guys have had K2 on your Ascendant for some time now. So it's like literally more about other people than yourself. You might have gone quite spiritual, and because also it rules your 4th house, it's in the 1st house. So K2 has been like very much like family minded. Especially now that it's going through Magha as well, which is like really the sign which is all to do with your ancestry and your heritage as well. So let's start and see what's going on for you guys. The very first day that I think is quite important to see is basically the 5th of July. Okay, so Venus then comes onto your first house. Venus for you rules third and 10th house. Is a planet of creativity, love, putting, enjoyment of whatever you do. So it's all about feeling beautiful, um, feeling like much more like you want to look after yourself, that kind of thing, but in a much more spiritual way, like it's because K2 is going to have like a subtle Venus. It's not going to be an out there Venus as such. So much more like beauty from within. So doing things that bring you the glow from the inside, doing the inner work, if you like. And for you guys also, what happens is Mars is a very important planet, rules your fourth and ninth house, is in the 10th house. So it's wonderful for you during this time, but it's going to travel. So, that's there's going to be some changes this month. But anyway, let's go. So on the 7th, Mercury goes, there we go, goes back to own sign, which is Gemini. It's still retrograde. And so basically, it's sitting there with the Sun, your first and second and 11th house rulers together. Very nice. Yogas are made for you. Yogas for money, really, more than anything else. And then we have on the 14th, there's going to be like, actually, I think I'll just go that way. 14th, there we go. We have a new moon, which will be in your 11th house for you guys. Very important time where you're thinking about like if you're studying, you getting your certifications, diplomas or degrees or whatever, very important. It's also like ending of something, maybe like ending a course that you were doing. It's also something that maybe you finished a course and it's going to bring you money. You're going to have some gains. Could be a new job. That kind of thing going on, but definitely networks and your groups become a highlight. Your elder sibling, your wishes and desires also very much in focus during this period. Then the next big thing is going to be on the 17th when Sun goes into Cancer. So Sun in Cancer for you there is sitting with Jupiter. Jupiter is a great planet for you, rules your 5th house, wonderful trine house. Sun is obviously your 1st house ruler, which is, so together they bring you wonderful sort of yogas there for money and success. However, although Jupiter does well in the 12th house, Sun doesn't do great in this, because Sun wants to shine out there and it's now being in a secretive house, so not great, but then Jupiter is helping it. Let's go to the 24th when Mercury goes direct now. Right, Mercury, very good planet for you guys, goes direct at this point and in your 11th house, nice and strong, and so it's really helping your chart immensely. And then 27th is the next big day. So we have Saturn going retrograde. So for you, Saturn rules 7th and 6th house. So it's like a mixed bag, really. So it rules your 6th house, which is house of work, but it breaks any good yogas, basically. So it could be like it's in house of transformation, and you have been knowing that certain things about your relationships and how you are with other people have got to change. And now they're passively going within to get the answers required to do that. This could also be a really helpful time whilst Saturn is in your 8th house. It creates what is called a Vipat Raja Yoga and makes you work hard. There's some, trial in times, but it really brings success. A yoga with this with the difficult houses can actually make a really sort of diamond out of you during the period Saturn is in your basically 8th house. But definitely you're invited to embrace those changes. And then on the 30th, the next big day, well, the last day of the month basically, pretty much, and then we have what happens. We have a full moon in what is your 6th house of work, managing yourself, endings as well, because Moon rules your 12th house of ending, change, you know, like putting chapters to closure and letting go and decluttering. So that's what really is all about during this time, some endings. And then let's go to August. So the first important day in August is the 2nd of the month. Here we are. So Venus goes into Virgo. Not very strong sign. It's a friendly sign because obviously getting help from Mercury. Mercury rules it, so but it doesn't feel strong there. It's the house. The sign is to kind of all to do with detail, and Venus is very much like the planet, just wants to enjoy things. It's not really, you know, doesn't really matter if all their I's have not been dotted and T's crossed, you know, it's okay with that. So everything doesn't have to be perfect. It just loves that people try things rather than just trying to correct them all the time. And then on the 3rd, Mars goes into Gemini. I don't particularly like Mars in Gemini. I think it's probably one of the weakest signs for it. Because even when it's debilitated in Cancer, it's still a friend's house. But so here it is. Gemini is sign of expression, how we talk to other people. Even though for you guys, okay, I'm going to go back. Yeah, for you guys, you know, basically it is your 11th house, but so it's making you put energy into your desires, wishes, groups, networks, all that kind of stuff. But it's kind of a little bit bull in China shop. But the good thing is, because it's the nature of it, is like basically it's like your 9th house ruler in the 11th house creates beautiful yoga for you, and it's also 9th and 2nd house and 9th and 11th house lords together. But you know, that's where you want to put your energies. Just be cautious about how we talk to others, and you know, and just be aware, because it can just be a little bit too keen. So on the 6th, we have the next big day. Yeah, so we have Mercury goes into Cancer, and in a sense it's good for Mars because it's such an important planet for you, but it's not being agitated by Mercury and Gemini, just Gemini really. And now you got like a stellium of planets in your 12th house. Very important to end things. You know, there's like expenses to take care of, things to deal with, and stuff like that. Maybe even things that we have created some patterns, like sitting at night time watching things, or gaming, and you know, kind of things that we need to just take care of and let go of. Basically, don't serve us anymore. Now, on the 12th of August, this is more seen really on the kind of I use mean nodes, but really you see it more with the true nodes. And so basically there's going to be like a solar eclipse going on in Ashlesha, so where the nodes are involved, but I don't really use that, but it is occurring, so it's important for you to know this. And so basically Ashlesha, it's like a bondage where we just like hold on to some idea or somebody or some pattern in our lives so tightly that actually really is quite becomes difficult. So for example, if it was a relationship, it's coming to an end, but we just can't let go. So what it means is we hold ourselves back, we hold the other person, and it's just, you know, it's something that really needs to be letting go of. And actually that will be unveiled during this period, where you actually think, how is that even affecting me? Are these things that I need to just have healthy boundaries with myself and others? You know, it could be anything, but it's just obviously, you know, something has got to let go of that old patterns, and very much to do with you letting go of this in order to free yourself and move forward. Then on the 18th, we have the Sun going into Leo, own sign. And so basically with this happening is Leo is Sun rules it, so its own sign. nice and strong there. However, it is with K2, and K2 obviously is does create a lovely couple of Raja Yogas there, but you know, K2 is like what it does really. It makes the sun, even though it's strong, takes the ego away, so it's not a bad thing really. So that could be pretty good. It could also be that, you know, as I said in the other video, that basically could be some important person, you know, in the world passing away. But for you guys, it could be Marga is really your ancestry line, your lineage. So it's it could be that you're becoming much more interested in that, if you like. So oh, I don't know what I did then. So anyway, let's now go to the last day of the month, which I feel is really quite important, which is the 28th of August. So now we have a partial lunar eclipse occurring in Aquarius. So this is quite significant in the case that, so basically it's very much to do with, for you guys, your first and let me go back to the ascendant, get the ascendant back up. Okay, so first and seventh houses are involved in this. So basically you got first house ruler the sun, second and 11th house ruler Mercury, fourth house ruler K2, moon, which is your 12th house ruler, and Rahu, which is the 7th house ruler. The great thing is there's no 6th house ruler involved in this, so this is wonderful in that sense. But so you can see that there's going to be some unveiling, some things that are going to come to light after this eclipse that we could just be like fooling ourselves about, or maybe trying to avoid. And so to do with relationships, letting go of some relationships, some habits that no longer serves us, things that we want to let go of, decluttering, so that you could actually free ourselves. Could be a declutter of home, you know, that kind of thing, or maybe even moving home. So there's going to be some unveiling for you, which will come to light towards the end of August onwards. So anyway, I wish you a fantastic couple of months and look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.